All right, so what the hell's going on with Twitter? So yes, Meta launched Threads, and Threads is a very, very interesting product because one thing that I think they did really well was that they allowed you to migrate your audience over from Instagram. And one thing people hate when starting a new social media platform is building up an audience. I mean, ultimately, we go on at social media for social proof. So that was really, really smart. But what is Elon doing at Twitter at the moment in a time when they are literally under attack? And under attack from Zuck. Zuck and Elon have just called each other out in an MMA fight. Will that actually happen? I have no idea. But if we get down to business, let's see what Elon is doing at Twitter. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Sam, the founder here at SoSquared. Remember, everything influencer, content marketing, you know where to find us. So Elon announced some sweeping controversial changes around Twitter, and one that was really important was actually the restriction on how many tweets that you could view. Very interesting. So if you're a verified user, you can see up to 6,000 tweets. If you're a non-verified user, 600 tweets. Now, he has defended this by saying it's in an attempt to stop excessive scraping across the Twitter platform. Seems like a bit of a bullshit excuse. So many creators on Twitter are up in arms about this because it's saying that Twitter doesn't care about the livelihood of their creators, as it's actually limiting the engagement they could get on their posts by effectively limiting the amount of people that can see it on a 600 or a 6,000 basis. I can see this point of view very well. And with Threads just recently launching, I think Twitter needs to be super careful here, because if these creators migrate over to Threads, as you know, with network effect products, you pretty much have your power users that make up most of the content, and then you have your observers. If your observers can no longer start seeing tweets, those power users are going to transition onto another platform. And the other thing, no one actually knows what read means. I mean, if you're just doom scrolling through Twitter, does that actually count as a read, or is it when you're paused on a tweet for a certain amount of time period? We don't actually know the answer to this question, and Elon really needs to clarify what a read tweet means. Interestingly, there was one conspiracy theory that Twitter was late paying its bills, and one of those big bills was to its server provider. So, I mean, I think that's probably a conspiracy, but it's quite funny. But to defend Elon when it comes to data scraping, like, he is massively anti-data scraping. And if we look at the Twitter API, he's recently upped the prices of that because he really wants people to pay valuable money for the valuable information that they're going to get from Twitter. I mean, business-wise, it makes sense, but he doesn't want people just scraping Twitter, especially in the age of things like ChatGPT and AI, where all of these public websites are being literally used as data harvesting to build these ML models. On that note, in December, he actually cut off OpenAI's access to the Twitter feed, and they were reportedly paying around $2 million a year, and that was kind of from the New York Times, I believe. Now, $2 million a year in the grand scheme of things for Twitter is nothing, but that kind of precedent set of cutting off OpenAI and allowing large language models to train on Twitter's data is a real statement to the ecosystem. So is this a good thing? Well, I'm not entirely sure. I mean, internet browsing has definitely seemed to go downhill. I mean, as the Epic Games CEO pointed out, most sites now have a paywall. It's near enough impossible to kind of just browse through news articles nowadays. We consume most of our media through things like TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, now Threads, and also YouTube. And effectively, what they've done with these changes is they've kind of paywalled Twitter. So if you pay to be a verified member, you can get 6,000 tweets a day. Whereas if you don't pay for it, you get 600. So it's literally like introducing a paywall. So is this just a way for Twitter to introduce a new revenue stream and force people into paid subscription? Or is there genuine legitimacy to Elon's cause that he doesn't want people to be data scraping and these large language models to be building on top of Twitter's data? That's all for now, guys. Catch you in a bit.